Hello, welcome to Bramble Street. I'm Quin and I'm here with Natasha.
Hello everyone.
And today we are back on the case of Stawk Pine Falls.
Yes, we're here to solve some mysteries.
Yes. So we've been having a great deal of fun playing this so far. We've been getting some emails through, so we'll share those with you today. We'll also share a few thoughts about the things we've already seen as well.
And I think we're going to start off today with looking at some evidence that we found the other day from the website from the Sheriff's Department, because we kind of skimmed over it on that first look, but on second look we found something interesting.
Yes. Okay, so here is the Sheriff's Department website.
For anyone asking, we did look into the music, we reversed it, we
Yeah.
slowed it down, we listened to it in depth.
We tried to find Morse code in the recording. The only thing we haven't done, which I think maybe we'll explore at some point, but it's probably no point doing it right now, is notes themselves will correspond to see if it spells anything out.
Yeah, we're going to have a further look into it if maybe a clue points towards it or something in the future, but...
It just seems weird that you've got the Sheriff's Department website and you just got this incredibly funky music.
They just like to groove at this Sheriff's Department. And so we missed, at the very bottom of the page when we first looked, we missed the login button.
A login button. And that takes you to this page. Guest area, please enter the password. So we're assuming that there is a way to find this password and get into the back end of the website.
And we so far have no idea what the password is.
So we tried the Morse code. The Morse code
that's the only thing that we've tried so far. The first thing that came to my mind was the issue number from the newspaper.
Ooh, alright. Here's the Stawk Daily, so the issue number...
Because that's the first, string of numbers that come to my mind.
Yeah, sure. So we've got 13,591. Nope.
No.
Tried 1855 as well, this bit.
Okay. Maybe Kane 9.
Kane space 9, Kane 9 all one word, and Kane hyphen 9, and K9. Damn it!
No! Okay.
With my computer science background, potentially we could hack our way through it.
That's not how the game's supposed to be played. You're meant to find...
Look, we could...
hacking.
We could give it a go.
No hacking.
Okay.
Okay, we'll have to come back to this later because we're stumped for now.
Later on Thursday, we actually received another email. So this is the email we received that Thursday night after the initial one. It's Thursday night and the town seems to be bustling abnormally. Knowing you, I assume you'd be feeling a sense of exhilaration now that you're finally back on a true case. I had a feeling this would get you back on your feet. I did mention to my client that you were, apart from me, perhaps the only one with the intellect, the perseverance, and the inhuman luck to pull through. If you wish to start tonight, go ahead, but please pace yourself. We have quite a few people to investigate tomorrow. When you think you've worked out the next step, send me a report. We'll talk in the morning. And
so the next morning, I think he sent us another email.
Correct. Did you want to read through this one?
So this is yesterday morning we got this email. It's Friday morning. I've just woken to the most amazing sunrise. The view at North Falls Lodge is phenomenal. Today I'm going to give Sheriff Stanley a visit. There are a few things I need to talk to him about regarding Eddie Edison, whom they had in custody on Monday. So for those of you who remember, I think that's someone that they talked about in the newspaper getting arrested for a bit. And while I do that, are you able to have a look into Jay Gorman? He runs a local talkback radio. I'd suggest tuning in, which we did do.
Yes.
We did tune in, guys.
Shall we cut across to that after this?
Yes. He says that he doesn't know how this relates to Martha Marrow, but I suggest going off on any leads we have. My client doesn't seem like the kind of person who likes to be kept waiting. So last night we did tune in live to Gorman's podcast session, and he was taking live calls, but we couldn't get through because there were so many people trying to call up.
Yeah.
We're going to cut in some footage here of us last night.
All right, enjoy.
Yes.
Hello, you're listening to Gorman. Now, let's get right into it, because I have a lot to talk about this episode.
2 minutes of truth.
This is so cool.
It is cool.
It's time for 2 minutes of truth, and frankly, I am ticked off right now.
Ticked off.
What about
Eddie Edison is a great man. He is a patriot. He is a truth seeker. And he is one of the most trustworthy men I have ever met in my entire life. That the Sheriff's Department tried to use a polygraph test on him. Well, the joke's on them, because Eddie has been tortured before. Eddie can withstand any interrogation that they throw his way. Now for the next segment. Our next writer asks, "Hey Gorman, just wondering if you could offer a comment about the groundwater incident." There is always one. This will be the last time that I say this. I cannot disclose any information about the groundwater incident. I will maintain my innocence. However, this is a matter for the courts to decide, and I will not jeopardize my case. Now it's time for our next segment.
A meeting of minds.
I don't want to hear Marilyn again.
How are you, Marilyn?
Well, I'm doing just fine. Thanks for asking. And you know what, Gorman? I have a few developments on our little chat last week that I think you'll be interested in. So just this morning, I was serving King Lucy his salad, and I happened to glance up, and who do you think I see out the window? Jeffrey Jensen himself.
Oh,
And what
my.
do you think he's doing? Loading boxes on the back of his rust bucket old truck, the town eyesore. Boxes, Gorman, of sugar packets.
Even if he wasn't siphoning sugar packets from your diner, he had to know that that looked suspicious, right? Now, I'm going to change pace a little bit. You and I are both big believers in the Stawk Pine Hog. The Stawk Pine Hog, obviously, the spiritual guardian of our town. He visits us good people of Stawk Pine Falls in times of need, and you actually had a run-in with the Stawk Pine Hog. Would you care to share that with us?
I was just getting out of the shower when I heard the doorbell ring, so I threw on a towel and I went down the hall, and well, there it was in the middle of the hallway. Well, I knew it was my Ben come back from beyond the veil to show me that he was thinking of me and that he loved me, and that's what I believe, Gorman.
Was it a spiritual being? Was it physical?
It was the most physical experience that I have ever had in my entire life. It went through my body. I can't even describe it, Gorman. It was transcendental.
She's excited. Oh my god, those two are in
Watching
love.
the Watchers.
Hello, you're on air with Gorman.
Gorman, how are ya?
I'm doing very well,
How
thank
are you,
you.
mate?
I've got a couple questions for you, if that's okay, mate. Can I shoot your way?
Go ahead.
First question, why are you so defensive of Eddie, man?
Eddie is a terrific man. I trust him with my life. I trust him with my life savings.
So we've just finished watching the live stream of Gorman, but he touched on a few things. The first of which being Eddie Edison, which he is adamant is an innocent guy.
Yeah.
But he was actually taken into custody the other day by the police.
But he thinks he's a top-notch bloke,
He
loves him.
does. He loves them. He also was talking about the pig for like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
It seemed like maybe
the
even.
hog.
Yeah, so this is like their like version of some mystical local legend thing that like brings them hope and comes to them in time of need. And the crazy sugar lady from the other day that runs the diner, she's also seen the pig. She thinks that I think her dead husband was the pig or something. And also Marilyn, the sugar lady, caught someone called Jeffrey stealing her sugar or loading some sugar into boxes or something. Also, Gorman claims he's innocent about something to do with the groundwater incident, which I have no idea. He didn't go into any details. He just started on ranting. So it just keeps getting juicier and weirder.
So that was Gorman,
Yes.
and the weird man he is.
Okay, and then Friday afternoon, so yesterday afternoon, I think this was just before the podcast, actually.
Yes. Okay, this one says, it's Friday afternoon. I stopped by the Smiling Apple Diner for a slice of their famous apple pie. Man, that brings back memories. So this is Marilyn's Diner, yeah?
Yes, Marilyn, the sugar lady.
I asked around town and had a look at the local records that exist, but no one seems to know anything about a woman named Martha Marrow. Couldn't find a single person in the town with that last name either. I'm certain Eddie Edison has something to hide. Whether it's to do with Martha Marrow or something else entirely, I'm not sure. I caught him prowling around a back street near the inner gas station just after noon. When I asked Deputy Wilson, she confirmed some of her own suspicions. Sheriff Stanley didn't give me much information about the disappearances, but he seemed surprisingly calm about the whole situation. I'm not sure if it's naivety on his part or just a dull sense of intuition. Not sure what I think of a man whose favourite flavour of donut is cinnamon.
Ooh,
What?
cinnamon
That's a
donuts are
great
so
donut.
good.
What is Deputy Wilson seemed a little more concerned though. I sense more of a kindred detective in her. I'll keep note of that for future help. We'll have to wait and see. She also gave me the most delicious donut with a perfect white glaze. You'll have to go try one at the Sheriff's Department. Phenomenal. How are you treading? Hopefully something comes up in the Gorman radio show tonight. It was weird.
It was crazy. Oh,
Okay.
we should try cinnamon in the sheriff's back end.
Cinnamon?
Yeah.
Alright.
His favourite flavour of donut could be it.
Alright.
Cinnamon! It was cinnamon! I did it!
Congratulations.
I just saw the polygraph results. So
Oh, yeah?
if you guys remember from the Gorman show last night, the live one, they said that they hooked Eddie Edison up to a polygraph test. Very interesting. Okay, so this came through this morning, because it's Saturday now. It's Saturday morning, 10 a.m, and I'm sitting with my morning coffee overlooking the cascade from North Falls
Nice.
Lodge. My mind is not at ease. Does a rowboat, a name, or a business card mean anything to you? I didn't think much of it at first, but I've got it stuck in my head that something important lies at the bottom of this. It's the dream that I had last night. You are always better with dreams. I was sitting on the sofa at the end of the elonged corridor reading a book titled Jonathan Percival G. The walls had the most vibrant red curtains and they extended as far as I could see. I was waiting there for something, not really sure what, when I saw this little boat rowing up the corridor. As the boat reached me, this hooded figure stepped out and raised something to my eye level. It was a business card. He took out a pen and wrote something on the front. Then he gave me the business card and stepped into the boat. As he was about to row away, he turned back to me, clicked his fingers, and winked. I looked back at my hand, and the card had turned into a page filled with meaningless text. When I woke up, I no longer remembered what was on the card. I'm sure the man from the rowboat was trying to tell me something. Does this dream mean anything to you? We need to figure out what was on that business card. It is definitely important. Damn, he's putting a lot of importance on a dream.
Alright, and then another one that came through.
From a different email address.
Subject line ZZZ.
Sleeping.
Like sleeping, the lonely ferryman.
The guy from the boat, from the dream, he's real.
Yeah, mysterious paper, so let's follow this link. Photoshop instructions. What the hell?
Wait, okay, this is the meaningless text that was on the business card.
Yeah, this looks like an exe file.
Why does it say Photoshop though?
We are going to have a very detailed look at this. My stupid computer-related brain is going to, maybe we can compile it into some file or something, I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have a play around
yes.
with this, guys. I don't think this is something we can do right here for you.
This is going to take some time.
Yeah, I reckon we need to go back to the back end of the sheriff's department.
Polygraph results, Eddie Edison 1. Polygraph results, Eddie Edison 2.
Okay, I reckon Eddie Edison 1.
Alright.
Maybe go to 2 and that will say the questions. We have to
Maybe.
line it up.
No. Damn it, I was hoping there'd be
well,
questions.
there's definitely a line about something there, but we're not sure about what questions yet.
Do we know King Lucy Bebop?
No, we haven't heard of
Let's
King
have a look
Lucy
at
Bebop
King
yet.
Lucy Bebop. Okay, they're not lying.
Do you guys remember from the paper, we said 2 people were arrested for unrelated reasons to the missing people. So one of them was Eddie Edison.
Yeah.
The other one, it could be this Lucy person.
Interrogation, Eddie Edison.
Yes.
Alright. Okay, we've got the time codes. Okay, we're good. This is the transcript of the interrogation for Eddie Edison. Okay, so the polygraph, we've actually got the times. So, yeah, this one is the earliest one. So we can see that the lies are starting to happen after... about 5 to 6.
Okay, so what was the question?
So after 5 to 6, ooh, they stopped the tape. The police stopped the tape. It's all redacted.
End of tape.
But the polygraph goes on. This is juicy, and it
Okay.
continues on all the way to 6:15. The thing is, they've got
Ooh.
all the timestamps, but all the questions are redacted, and they just say end of tape.
Let's read through what they did talk about. Asking the day of the week.
Getting a baseline. Okay, so nothing much got discussed by the looks of things.
Okay, so he was looking around in a dumpster. What were you hoping to find? If you must know, I'm in the middle of writing a novella about raccoons. My editor and I should try to get inside the mind of a raccoon. See the world how they see it. What?
Yeah.
Okay, he's a kook too. They're all kooks.
And then the police goes, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you for your time.
That was the sheriff. You know how the sheriff, in our emails, they said the sheriff doesn't really care, he's a bit nonchalant, whereas the deputy sheriff, Shirley Wilson, she seems to care.
Yeah.
It looks like the deputy was interrupted. You see how all of a sudden the sheriff's there and he's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I used to do this at work all the time. When people would go into my files, you could see if someone's edited anything and what the change was.
No, edit history. No. Oh, hang on. Door squeaks open. Deleted. Yes!
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 Okay, guys.
Yes!
That
Yes,
worked.
yes,
It
yes,
worked.
yes.
It worked. Edit
Okay,
history.
working
Okay.
in corporate life has payoffs.
It does.
Okay, this is so good. Maybe we should do this all off camera and get a cohesive, real transcript.
Yeah. Okay,
Let's
guys,
do it.
we're going to look through all the history and let you know what's actually going down in this
Yeah.
interview.
So we're in the full edit history. This is juicy.
Okay, so when they said they ended the tape, that was actually Christine leaving the room because
Yeah.
she just brought in some donuts.
Yeah.
And then they cut it off. An anonymous user, as you can see, has made all these changes.
So Christine Partridge hands out some donuts, which was not in the original. It basically just wrapped up there.
Yeah.
And so she hands up donuts, everyone says thanks, and then she leaves the room, door clicks shut, and that before is where it said end of tape. But it continues. And we've got Shirley Wilson muffled eating one of the donuts. And so she goes on to say that she's not really understanding his story, it's not making sense.
Because he says he was just looking in a dumpster because of a raccoon.
And then Eddie goes on to say, I haven't so much as looked at a firearm since May. And then the deputy goes, firearm? You mean she was shot? And he goes, who was shot? Shelley Antoine.
And Shelley Anton is the person that's missing. Not declared shot, not declared dead, just missing.
We think that maybe the police department know more than they're saying.
Because why would they just be like, oh, like, you shot her?
And this has all been redacted, so
Yeah.
this is weird. You better start talking sense, Eddie. What's going on? I'm sorry, I got confused. I thought this was about something else. What something else would that be? It's alright, Ed. I think I know what you're getting at. Herb and I are just going to step outside a moment. We'll be back shortly. Oh, and do try one of Christine's jelly donuts. They're remarkable. So you're just going to sit there with that thing running, huh? The polygraph.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Silence, door slams.
Okay, and so then the sheriff says, great news, we're holding someone else next door, a real slippery fella, and they caught him last night planning to distribute a couple of illegal firearms. Anyway, Shirley here got him to flip, and you'll never guess where he was planning to drop the latest delivery. Oh, come on, work with us here. Would you believe it was the very same dumpster we caught you digging around in?
Ooh, news to me, he says. At 6:15, let's check the polygraph. Okay, so he was lying about that then.
Yeah.
That is not news to him.
He's dealing in some illegal firearm
Yeah.
distributing thing by the sounds of it. The last bit, they're talking about 3 words or something written on Eddie Edison's hand. And so they're guessing that they're coordinates
Or names.
or something to do with names or something, but I don't know what they could mean.
And they say they ran out of luck. And then it goes, let the record show that Deputy Shirley Wilton is winking mischievously. Weird. Alright, I think we've reached the end, haven't we? Where were the other lies? Oh, it was the deputy winking at him.
Oh.
Ah! He likes the deputy. Maybe that shows that
They're in cahoots.
Yes.
Ooh, or maybe it was that she got it right. She knows what's on the hand. So what was her guess?
Ooh. I think it's something to do with initials, first name, middle name, last name.
Okay.
But what's on his hand? Rah! Maybe there's pictures in the police files. What else was he lying about? Oh, it's just donut eating.
Was it just a sugar high?
Just donuts, yeah. By the looks of things, he gets nervous when he says, I'm a free spirit, believe what you want. I haven't so much as looked at a firearm since May.
Okay.
So, yeah, he's getting nervous there as well. That's also a lie. Alright, so there's the polygraphs for you. He's a sketchy fellow.
An anonymous user is removing the
Oh,
logs.
well, we're gonna assume it's the police department.
Hackers.
Hackers?
Someone in the firearms ring. So I reckon we should check out what other files we have.
The King Lucy Bebop. Convicted records. What have we got in here?
Ooh,
Damn it, there's
is
a new
this
password.
A second thing to get into the convicted
Yeah.
records.
Okay,
Okay,
right,
we'll try
okay.
that again another time. Let's have a quick look at the interrogation of Lucy Bebop. So this was probably the person in the other room
Yeah.
that said they were dropping off the
Oh,
firearms.
no. Okay, right, let's see where it ends. Okay, it ends at... When was the last time you saw Miss Antoine? Yesterday, when I killed her. Alright then. That's very unfortunate. Too bad. I'm a terrible sheriff and I'm letting you go. And I am complicit. Excuse me? Alright,
Okay, let's see the real version.
Yeah. So someone doesn't like that sheriff. When's the last time you saw Miss Antoine? I've seen her sometimes. A week ago, maybe. That's quite different
That
to the
is very
killings.
different.
Lucy Bebop, do they have a polygraph also? And they're not lying at all,
Yeah.
by the looks. Don't know anything about her disappearance. It's a sadness, people disappearing. One big sadness sucking on this town. Don't know why it chose her.
Okay, so this was the person that was with Eddie that they were talking about in the newspaper that
Yeah.
went into custody. What was Eddie doing there? They don't know the guy.
And they weren't lying either.
Did he say anything to you? Guy was talking to himself.
Demon talk?
What?
Angry talk.
So he was mumbling to himself. He was angry.
Anything else? The king has spoken. Okay then. Understood. Thank you for your time. Your highness?
Maybe they're just playing on. Did you say anything about firearm?
No. They were clearly just trying to get a confession out of the other guy.
Yeah.
King Lucy Bebop is clean and
Yeah.
didn't kill Shelley Antoine.
This is all very confusing. I think we'll need some time to process this.
Yes, we'll have a look at that weird file. We'll try and get into that
Yes.
convicted records area. Yeah, we've got a lot of thinking to do,
Yes.
haven't we?
But we really want to know what your opinion, guys, on this text. This is stumping me so far. We're gonna have to have a play around, but
Yeah.
let us know what you guys think is happening.
Alright, well I suppose that's all for today. We really hope you enjoyed these past 2 episodes. We're certainly enjoying
Yes.
making them and uncovering all the story.
Yeah.
Something different for the channel.
And you guys can play along too. We'll leave all the links and stuff in the description again because I don't think it's too late to join. But thanks guys for tuning in again, and we'll come back soon with more mysteries to uncover.
Yes. Thanks guys.
Thanks guys.
Bye-bye.
See ya.